Tennis elbow is an overuse injury caused by too many repetitions or too heavy a load. Poor technique may be a contributing factor. It is characterised by pain slightly below or just over the outside of the elbow. Tennis elbow is sometimes called lateral epicondylitis, although inflammation of the tendon attachment site is not usually the main source of pain. The pain can actually be caused by a number of things, ranging most usually from microscopic injuries to the tendons and muscles in the forearm, through to referred pain from the muscles and nerves in the upper arm, shoulder, and even occasionally the neck. To recover, the injury should be protected from what caused it, and keep in mind that the threshold of strength and endurance has been lowered by the injury. Avoid anything that aggravates the injury, things like strong gripping, heavy lifting, striking, twisting, opening jars, and carrying your arm for long periods instead of resting it. For example, not resting properly on the table when using a mouse. You're going to get better more easily if your body is healthy. So eat plenty of fresh fruit and vegetables and avoid acidic foods in excess. Sugars, tea, coffee, alcohol and too much meat, which can be acid forming. Drink plenty of water and exercise regularly so your lungs and skin can help the elimination system work efficiently. If you have a complicated or serious injury, it's a good idea to get an assessment from a qualified health professional such as a physiotherapist, osteopath, chiropractor, naturopath, acupuncturist or masseur. But here are a few things you can do at home that should help with most simple cases. Start with a heat pack for 5 to 10 minutes. Next, massage the wrist flexor muscle group. Start with some gentle cross fibre work over the whole arm, then some longitudinal work, then repeat the whole procedure a bit more deeply. Then massage the wrist extensor muscle group. Again, start with some gentle cross fibre work, then some longitudinal work, then repeat a bit more deeply. Altogether massage for 5 to 10 minutes with very little or no pain. Now do some stretching. Stretches should be pain-free and there shouldn't be a painful flare-up afterwards. If there is, you need to stretch more gently or not at all. Start with the wrist flexors. Hold your arm out with your palm facing away and fingers pointing down. Hold the hand and resist the stretch gently with about 1/4 of your strength for 6 seconds. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then relax and stretch a bit more deeply. Then resist again for 6 seconds. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Relax and stretch a bit more deeply. Then repeat the cycle for a 3rd time. Next, stretch the wrist extensors. Hold your arm out with your palm facing towards you and fingers pointing down. Hold the hand and resist gently with about 1/4 of your strength for 6 seconds. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then relax and stretch a bit more deeply. Then repeat the cycle 2 more times. Next, stretch the forearm supinator. That's the muscle that turns the forearm over. Hold your arm out with your palm facing towards you and fingers pointing down. Then rotate the hand so the little finger is uppermost. Hold the hand and lower the shoulder, then resist gently with about 1/4 of your strength for 6 seconds. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then relax and stretch a bit more deeply. Then repeat the cycle 2 more times. With these strengthening exercises, we'll be using moving resistances with repetitions so that we can strengthen muscles when they are shortening as well as lengthening. This is a good way to do it because it simulates real life. Always start very carefully with a light resistance to avoid further injury. It is important that the first 6 repetitions are set are quite easy to do. To strengthen the wrist extensor group, hold a hammer about halfway along its handle and work the muscles by slowly raising and lowering the hammer like this. In subsequent sessions, you can progressively increase the resistance by holding the handle closer to the end. The aim is to adjust the resistance so you can do 2 to 3 sets of 8 to 12 repetitions with slight fatigue at the end of each set. To strengthen the forearm supinator, hold a hammer about halfway along its handle and work the muscle by slowly raising and lowering the hammer like this. Use your other hand to support your upper arm so the rotation is from the elbow and not the shoulder. In subsequent sessions, you can progressively increase the resistance by holding the handle closer to the end. Again, the aim is to adjust the resistance so you can do 2 to 3 sets of 8 to 12 repetitions with slight fatigue at the end of each set. To strengthen the finger extensor muscles, you can use a rubber band like this. To increase the resistance in later sessions, just add more bands. Again, the aim is to adjust the resistance so you can do 2 to 3 sets of 8 to 12 repetitions with slight fatigue at the end of each set. Conclude your session with 10 to 15 minutes of ice, 2 or 3 times an hour apart. If you don't get an inflammation response from exercise, you may find it better to finish with a heat pack. During painful activity that can't be avoided with ergonomic adjustments or altered technique, consider a good elbow support like the Gostrap. Have a look at the video Gostrap Tennis Elbow Support Fitting Instructions. Heat and massage can be done daily, as can light stretching, strengthening and icing. However, you should rest for 2 or 3 days between firm stretching or strengthening sessions. If you tend to get an inflammation response after strengthening work, then finish with ice and you should see a good improvement in a short time. Stay positive and be patient. It takes time to recover from an overuse injury. Remember, Rome wasn't built in a day. Good luck and good health.